Hey, peoples out there. What I'm going to talk about this morning, well, it's morning where I'm at. What's that? Well, it's already 6 a.m. Gosh, damn. I love my nights. What difference does it make, hell? I don't have to punch a time clock anywhere. I'm retired. But, thank God. Ugh. But, I'm going to talk about women and their happy pills. Even if you have a wife, guys, here's something you need to monitor. Or if you're dating some female guys, here's something you better watch. Bottles in their purses. Bottles in their purses. If they can't like carry around with them. Because here's an epidemic that's been going on in America, and actually it's been going on for 25 years. But see what it is, people in general are not aware of it. Because when they think of a junkie, they're thinking of a person on crack, smoking weed, or doing meth. They're not thinking of people that are just casual individuals that work regular jobs or somebody's wife that seems all graceful and all okay. But they don't realize these clinics in America, do you know that at least 70%, 7 out of 10 medical clinics, the people need to be handcuffed and taken to jail and in prison? Because what they are, they're drug dealers. They're damn drug dealers. Because what's happening, women in general, starting even at age 18, when they first start going in to doctors' clinics, well, what happens, these doctor clinics, they want to make them prescription addicts so that they will keep returning every 2 weeks or on a monthly basis. They want to make addicts out of them. So here's what they do. They prescribe them hydrocodone. And this can come in the form of Qualitas, Lorcet tabs, or even Tylenol 3 is highly addictive. They want to get them on one of those three prescription drugs because they are extremely addictive. They are as addictive as cocaine. Cocaine. They are opioids, or they can be called opiates. Okay? That's what hospitals usually call them when they check your blood. They call them opiates generally, and they call Valium diazepam generally. But they get them hooked on. Okay, here's a list: Soma, carisoprodol, Xanax. Look for these in your girlfriend's purse or your wife's purse. Xanax, carisoprodol, Soma. Okay, Loratab, Tylenol 3, and look for the description on it. Take every 3 hours for pain or as needed for pain. It's an opioid, people. And this is a number that's going to shock the shit out of you people. But this epidemic, it is this bad. But for some reason, even American authorities are ignorant to this. These women are junkies. But, they can have jobs as secretaries, school teachers. They can have high position jobs. They can even be a judge, an attorney, and be damn junkies because they're addicted to these clinical prescriptions. And most clinics, do you know, at least 70%, 7 out of 10 medical clinics in the United States are not even legally authorized to write a prescription that has hydrocodone or diazepam. Do you know that? But they do it. anyway. They do it anyway. And they're breaking the law. But I'm speaking of men, the people that have to be around these morons is what I'm speaking about. And these women that are addicted to this stuff, generally, if they're on hydrocodone, hydrocodone is stronger than hydrocodone, for people's. Hydrocodone is a more diluted form of hydrocodone, but it's still very, very addictive. Look for those pills in your girlfriend's or wife's purse. Also, when you shake her purse, does it rattle like a lot of bottles in there? And does she say, "Wait, I got to go to the bathroom a minute"? What they do to take their happy pills, so they're addicts. They go into withdrawal, just like a crackhead, a cocaine addict, or a heroin addict. They go into it withdrawal if they don't touch it. They'll go into your bathroom or whatever. Water is no problem for them because they'll carry a container in their purse like a thimble size or a whiskey shot glass. All they got to do is put some water in that and swallow their pills, their happy pills, or they can take the palm of their hand, right under the sink, and then go like that to take their happy pills. You know? Or you can take pills just by putting them on the back of your tongue. But this is an epidemic. The reason I make this video is to help men that if you're dating women or they're coming to your place, watch out for these addicts. If they're an addict and they're coming over and you enjoy the sex, hell, don't worry about it. Let the morons kill themselves. But if you're married to them or you're engaged and you're thinking about marriage, look for this, guys. Look for it. See, and this is costing them money too. And it's always, well, my doctor said I have to come there for this checkup. My doctor said this. My doctor says that. Uh-huh. So they can get their damn happy pills. And they go to CVS, Walmart Pharmacy, Walgreens. You see, it's these pills. Write that stuff down I told you about. You start looking for that in these women's purses. Start looking for it. Also, another thing you can do, a lot of doctors will write this in Latin where it's not understandable or it'll be vague. In some prescription labels, they make them deliberately so it fades to where you can't read it. Just take one of the pills. Every pill, by law, it has to have an emblem or a number on it. And you can type that into the internet and find out if that's codeine, codone, Xanax, or carousel, soma, or diazepam valent. Do you know that? A lot of people don't know that trick. But every woman, I've been single for 18 and a half years. I'm age 69. Do you know every woman I've met, they have all these pill bottles in their fucking purse. They're addicts. They're addicts, man. And it's legal. And even if they have insurance, good medical insurance and a prescription card, they're getting away with being drug addicts, but society doesn't even recognize it because they can be hopped up on hydrocodone, and they can pass, avoid a DWI, being a wreck, and they can do the sobriety test and pass it because hydrocodone, it's a drug. It's like opium to where you don't stagger or shake around. So a lot of people don't know that, and your eyes don't dilate that much depending on how much a person takes. But beware, husbands, check your wife's purses. Boyfriends, guys that are engaged, check these bitches' fucking purses, man. Check their purse, because usually they're not going to keep these drugs in a medicine cabinet in a bathroom. No, because they take them all the time, and they don't want somebody else to get them because of the kind of money they have to pay for this crap. See? And but it's something to think about. Okay. I'm bringing this to attention. And YouTube, let people view this because it can help people. If they have junkie wives or girlfriends, they might can get their ass dried out. But that doctor, I got to go to the doctor this Thursday, or I have an appointment. Usually that's just to fill prescriptions for their narcotics. Glorified narcotics is all it is. These script writers, what they're called, nurses and doctors, a lot of them weren't even licensed. You know, and they can sit there and write the scripts for this. They're pimps in white coats, drug dealers in white coats. It's just glorified with a sign and a clean clinic. They're still drug dealers, just like someone that's selling you shit out on the street. Okay. There's so much of this going on in this country. And you're not going to run into this in hospitals, except some junkies, they will fake an illness to where they have to go into emergency room, ER. I'm in pain. Could you give me a Demerol shot or could you give me a hydrocodone? And they'll do it. But see, they fake that, you know. But most hospitals, they're aware of that going on. So usually it doesn't work. But anyway, later.